welcome to the typical chaos that is anything attractive in Italy. Over there on my right is the Altstadt of Peschiera. And it's small, but it's nice. And it is absolutely crammed full of people, like everything else in Italy. You can see what we missed last night in the rain. At the moment, frankly, not much. Today is a track for cyclists. This is a world full of cars. I am now heading up into the hill where I was last night in the rain. And even up here, there are cars. Qualifies as an intersection. Yes. High quality. Wonderful job of cleaning the roads, maintaining them, smoothing the potholes. I'm being sarcastic. I wanted to go back there. Back up. Oh, my tire is quite dirty at the moment. Right through this pile of gravel. Yes. Lovely. Is that the climbing is front-loaded, and by the time I get to, I think it was roughly Rovereto, it's pretty much dead flat. And then from there, it's just a very mild uphill gradient on the way to Bozen and on to Brixen. This is a scenic corner with a remarkable amount of traffic. There's ever so slight a view here and there between the trees of the Gardasee. Of course, you can see the mountains that surround it. Here's another nice view of the mountains. Semblance of a plain here on the south end of the Gardasee, between the Gardasee and Verona. This is kind of where the mountains end, and we get to a flat plain before the next set of mountains, and the flat plain kind of extends from Verona over to the coast. Around Venice. This area looks a lot better when there's some sunlight instead of rain. You can see the mountains in the distance. And it looks at least like the clouds are on the side of the valley that hopefully won't impact me. This is the main climb of the day. 0.9 miles and supposedly 177 feet. For the hill, and I've just been obnoxiously beeped at by a moped for no particular reason. Apparently that was supposed to be a friendly beep. not the last one. I don't think there is a flat way out of the Gardasee. Like I said, it's a trap. Okay, now my GPS says I've made it over the top. Minus this little bump up here. But this road does not appear to be an improvement on my alternative option on the other side of the river. The pavement here is just as bad. It seems to be a large center of granite production. All the businesses along this street seem to have big stashes of granite. In all fairness, I think I am making better time on the right side of the river here after crossing over the mountains. Hills. There are hills there. This is a tiny little path through a town. They're very patriotic here. That was a rough spot. I don't know why they like their cobblestones. They also really, really like these speed bumps. So that was a definitely more pleasant way to get between the Gardasee and the Etsch. Although I'm not sure I'd like to climb going the other direction. I think I just need to kind of skirt around this little corner here. Like that. It's not where I want to be riding. But they have gone and closed the bike path for some inexplicable reason, leaving me with no other alternative but the road. So I'm trying to make very quick work of this and hopefully get back soon to the Riverside Path. get my Radweg back and check out the scenery. Yes, on this side of the river it is much nicer. But I don't like the clouds up ahead, because I was hoping I would break my record today of getting wet every single day. Anyway, I recommend this side of the river. It seems nicer. And as you can see, the rains have swelled the river to a bit higher level than before. Yeah, this side of the river is definitely a lot nicer. This is really neat. Not very well paved, but very scenic. Seeing this castle or convent or something yesterday, but of course from a much different angle. What's the deal with this? Where am I supposed to go? I don't understand Italians. How could I get on here if I can't get off of here? Weird. The guy that was mowing behind me on the allegedly closed trail that was only closed in a weird spot wanted a photo and video of me. He speaks no English, no German, and I speak only a teensy weensy bit of Italian. But when I get to Trento, then I will be back in an area where we generally speak the same language. No, there's a hill. It's these steep little things that I really don't like. But at least today, it's dry, so my tire doesn't slip. I'm not sure if this side is flatter than the other side or not, but neither one is very flat. You know, I don't mind a long, mild uphill like the Russian Pass. It's actually these little spiky climbs that kill your legs. Oh, and mud. Barrier with mud. I don't like the look of that. Well, if there's not a tree down, this is a nicer section. That was quite the mud hole. But I was very thoughtfully rescued by the guy spraying something or other on the vines here, who came and helped me haul the Velomobile through the mud because I was having a tough time getting it pushed through. Always an adventure. We're in here between the grapevines, which is a testament to the amount of rain that came through here yesterday. And probably that mud hole I just went through was not so muddy a couple days ago. The community of Dolce with their community church. And of course, the ever-present vineyards. I would love to get to a large enough community to get a gelato, because today is definitely the warmest day of the tour, and I would love some ice cream. Still quality Italian bike path. This is how I know what things I need to relocate in the Velomobile. In fact, they relocate themselves for me very thoughtfully. Pavement! This is glorious! So much better than the other side of the river. Okay, what do we got going on in here? This is unnecessarily adventurous, and my tire is struggling, and I did not expect this uphill, so I did not gear down. Whoa. Uh-oh. Forward. Forward, Minna. Forwards. Come on. Come on. Shh. This little spot. Oh, have mercy. You gotta be kidding me. 10%? Why are we doing this? And again, I don't have traction. This is way more than 10%, they're lying. Either the sign at the bottom is wrong or I misread it, because the sign at the top says 20%. Well, that would explain why my tire was slipping. I've also discovered that my shoes actually did get quite muddy in the big mud hole. farmers objected to a bike path going through their vineyard. So instead, the bike path goes around the vineyard, sometimes quite steeply. I have no idea what that sign says. No more of this. I'd rather climb the Russian Pass than do these steep little spikes. Hoping that the humidity today is still pretty high, which means that little spots like this in the woods haven't dried out yet, and they are, as you can hear, quite slick. In this case, I probably would have been better off. No, I wouldn't have been better off on the road. There's trucks. I don't like trucks. But I am a third of the way into the day now. I'm at about 20.5 or so miles. Man, even here I'm slipping my tire. Wow. I am now entering Perry. I am warned that I must cross the street. Or actually get on the street, I guess. This section really is slow going. Up and down, up and down. Just pick one, you know? I have no idea if this is where I bailed onto the road yesterday, but I've had enough of dipsy-doodling through the vineyards. So I am pissing off my GPS by taking the road, which is also going to be a little bit flatter option. I'm back in the province of Trento, which means I'm in the part of Italy again, where at least a few people speak German. And I have bailed onto the Strada Provinciale. To the Radweg after a very nice detour. The Radweg here does a better job of staying down on the river, so it makes sense to go back, I think. Spot from yesterday. With the cobblestones and the speed bumps. It's just as annoying today as it was yesterday. Ground clearance is good on the Bilkurban though. This bridge is the bridge where I took a nap yesterday. Waiting out the rain. The second time. I had a conversation with some German guys about my bike. river of some sort that flows into the Etsch here. And up ahead, I actually see two touring cyclists that are the, I believe, first two I've seen all day. I've been surprised by the utter and complete absence of cyclists. Granted, for part of the day I was on the Strada Principale, so that might have played a role, but still. Another of your typical Italian towns in the vineyards. This is Picante. Definitely running quite high today. And I am now made it to the bridge where I stopped the first time yesterday, where I ate my lunch. Here, if I recall, the path is a little bit better. Cross the river again. I am at the 39-mile mark, which means I'm 2/3 of the way back. It's not the official Radweg. Connection point, or we follow it, we cross the river, and we end up reconnecting outside of Mori or Gravazzone. So let's stick with this and let's see what this is like. The outskirts of outskirts of Rovereto. From here it's should be nice easy cycling, quite flat and not quite so many dips and turns. There is one sort of a bypass thing around a nature area, but other than that I recall it being a pretty good ride. Of Rovereto after a very dicey passage that well, no Radweg should do what that Radweg just did. Went over some sort of a little bridge thing with a very steep transition in and out of it with cobblestones. About 16 or 17 miles to Trento and my accommodations for the night. And that should be doable in roughly an hour. trestle thing up on the hill again. Then down to the right of it, much lower, is also some sort of castle-like thing. Outside Trento. I'll have to look at my tracks later. Land. Looks like it's a private pilot type of airport with a lot of helicopter activity. Maybe Rettungshubschrauber. Rescue helicopters, that's the word I'm looking for. Last time crossing the river, well, no, next to last time, because I have to cross it to get back into Trento. They used the other side of the river to put a car road rather than the bike path. So we're stuck having to cross to the other side. Because tomorrow I head for Brixen. Oh, another good boy, good boy. Hello. And then the following day, I ride from Brixen about 3/4 of the way up the Brenner Pass. The Brenner is quite long. Wrong turn. The bike path is on the other side of the road. And no, I do not have a reverse gear. Just happen to be so lucky as to be on the uphill side of the bridge. I actually decided that this was the best way to have everybody cross Thank you. Okay. This is the riverside path along Trento that I was supposed to be on the whole way through Trento yesterday, and ended up on that road instead. Which actually was quite silly of me because this is a very good bypass. So, if you come to Trento, don't make the mistake I made. Take the bypass path. Oh wow, a black bunny rabbit. I just encountered two girls a little bit ago walking cluelessly down the middle of the path, blocking the entire path. So I call out, "Hello," which I'm assuming that people in this area understand, and they just kept walking down the middle of the path until I yelled really loudly at them. And then the girl on the left stopped and turned around, and I had to hit the brakes hard. And that is why I did not take this path through Trento in the first place, because I was concerned about pedestrian traffic. There are way more people walking than there are people cycling. Hello! And of course there's always the clueless ones that have earbuds in. And are completely out of touch with the fact that there might be someone else on the path. I think this is part of the city fortifications. Trento. Kind of cool. Somewhere here close. I think that's might be the hostel. Okay, bye.